Welcome to the MVP3 TV show, The Making of an Empire. Here you get to watch us build this entertainment powerhouse brick by brick.
Not too long ago, I took a trip to LA.
I am here in Beverly Hills on Beverly Drive, and it is so funny. There's a store owner that put clothes gone to Aerosmith. My kind of store owner.
While I was there, I got to catch up with director Jeff Celentano to talk about the future of Memphis movie production.
Jeff, I want to talk about how you and I met. What was it, about 2 years ago?
It was a gay bar on Santa Monica Boulevard. I was surprised that you were in there, and you were surprised I was in there. I was looking for my lost contact lens. We met because you were sponsoring or part of a film festival in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes.
And I came down there with a film that I had done previously with Tom Berenger. Yeah. And we premiered the movie there for your festival. It opened the festival. Yeah. And people seemed to really like it.
The film was Breaking Point with Busta Rhymes and Tom Berenger.
Correct.
You know, you and Tom are both just genuine people, and you know, I've met a couple actors and everything. And
well, Tom doesn't live in Hollywood because he doesn't like Hollywood people. Oh. That's specifically why he doesn't live there. Okay. Kevin Costner is the same way. He lives out of Hollywood because he doesn't like, I don't think the same things Tom does, just the world surrounding the people in Hollywood. And so, just recently, Tom told me that Kevin. He emailed him somewhere, and Kevin emailed him back that he was ice fishing in Iceland, somewhere on a lake, a frozen lake. So that's kind of how these guys are. They like to get out of town and get away from all the people, and you know, I just stay connected, just stay grounded. That's the most important thing.
I have several projects coming under my company, and I want to talk to you about. And
well, I'm interested. I love to work in Memphis too. Cool. I really thought it was a cool city, but you invited me to a party you had, and I met one of your the guys you manage. He's a singer, a songwriter, and before he was a singer-songwriter, he got struck by lightning.
Oh, that was one of, I was managing him. It was the most interesting
story. Yeah. he never had written a song or anything in his life, and then he got struck by lightning and suddenly started writing music.
Yes.
That is wild.
I got my investors. Well, the investors are they like the tax incentives, you know what I mean? And it would make everybody happier. And I think if I was able...
Are the tax incentives better now?
They're getting better, but they haven't really passed completely. Like, you know...
If they get into the Shreveport world, it'll be like off the charts, because Shreveport has like 80% of the production right now. There's like 40 movies going on down there.
Wow.
And they've built studios, and you know, most of the Hollywood producers here work down there on anything they can do that they remotely can film down there.
You know, I feel MVP3 is the core, and I want to create Paramount Pictures / Sony / Time Warner based in Memphis, Tennessee.
That's great.
I'm going to do it.
From a woman sitting on a bed interviewing me, that sounds like a good plan.
Well, Jeff, what are you working on now? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I'm putting together this movie I've been working on for 2.5 years, developing it. It's a true story of a baseball player named Ricky Hill, who was known as the hardest hitter in baseball. He was a crippled boy at the age of 7, couldn't run, he wore leg braces like Forrest Gump. It's a movie written by the writer of Rudy and Hoosiers, same writer. If you go on ESPN and you Google the 2 top sports movies of all time, Rudy and Hoosiers come up. So. We have the writer of the best sports movies in history. And right now we're just trying to raise the financing. Based on the economy, it's been a little bit difficult, but we have half the finance now in place. And we have 2 investment bankers that are on board as of 2 weeks ago, and a new producer that's coming on board with my producer, Carl Mazzacone. So.
Well, if I get the other half, will you come to Memphis and shoot it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You heard that right there.
It could shoot in Memphis. And then I'm working on this military movie called 7200, which is kind of like a reality show in an actual war picture. So it's really interesting and topical, and people really love it. And that's my other project. And then I have another movie that's been courting me in London. It's a $30 million kind of adventure Indiana Jones movie called Lord Owen's Lady. And it's an Indian producer from Bangladesh, and she keeps calling me and emailing me, and we keep in touch, and we're trying to get this film off the ground.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for being part of the MVP3 TV show.
My pleasure.
And cut.
Things are really heating up back in Memphis, with pre-production starting on Kid Diamond and the Devil, the Bluesical, by myself and Daniel Martine.
We were in the studio last night, December 11th, at the famous Royal Recording, working with Boo. We're recording 10 of the gospel chorus, call and responses from the gospel chorus, which act as a Greek chorus like in Shakespeare for Kid Diamond. Basically, they're his conscience and they're his supernatural help against the devil. Sometimes they chide him, other times they're on his side, but they are always giving him hassles because they're his conscience. And that's what we're recording tonight.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he's scared. He's scared. He's plenty scared. It's true, it's true. Got to have himself some whiskey. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
I was very fortunate and blessed enough to meet with award-winning music producer David Z to critique some of the Kid Diamond recordings.
But yeah, that at least gives you an idea.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I can see the choir aspect of it, and also you've got a couple electronic things that are dirty blues guitar. It's great.
I want it to be award-winning.
Yeah.
I do. I want it to go to Broadway. I want, the movie.
Well, from what I'm hearing now, I think it has a lot of possibility. And I like I've never done a play. Never been involved in a soundtrack like that.
See, maybe this might be a good win-win. Yeah. So see, maybe I've convinced him.
Maybe.
And I want to get the city of Memphis behind it, birth it right in Memphis, Tennessee.
I think Memphis is due for something.
Yeah.
I think it's been boiling for a long time. I mean, it had its heyday and now it's frustrated, and people are wanting something to happen out of Memphis.
Yeah.
I mean, people go there and do things and it comes out great, but the culture out of Memphis has not been organized.
No.
Nobody's been. I lived there, for all I know. I mean, the organization hasn't happened. People tried. People don't work together there.
No.
It's people working together.
Yes, and that's what I'm trying to.
In the heyday of Memphis, a woman ran Stax Records.
Speaking of Stax, just the other night at the Blues Ball, I ran into Doris Axton Frederick, the daughter of legendary Estelle Axton, who founded Stax.
Estelle Axton has been inducted in the Hall of Fame, and how do you think your mom would have felt?
Oh, I think she would have been totally excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean, she was really, really into the music business. That was her life. As I meet more and more people, I see how many people she has really affected by the way she lived her life, the commitment she had to music.
Yeah.
Memphis music.
Well, Memphis is glad to have you, and I'm glad to know you.
The Blues Ball was awesome. Everyone was there.
So what do you think, Rudy? What do you think of this Blues Ball?
Well, what I really like is I get to get close to you. Well, I got excited last night when they introduced the folks in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And 3-6 Mafia is a group that played at my birthday, 4, 5, 6 years ago, before anybody ever heard of them. So I kind of feel like I won one.
Gotcha. I am here with my dear friend Bishop Wright, and Bishop and his gospel choir has won the gospel award here at the Blues Ball. What do you think?
They are just excited, and I'm just excited with them to be here at the Blues Ball with a gospel choir.
What would Memphis be without the Blues Ball? It's unique. It's Memphis. Memphis, excuse my grammar, Memphis ain't no knockoff. You can't get this anywhere else. It's the real thing, not thing. THANG.
I was born into all this, because of my father, Sam. And so, over the years, I kind of watched him. We went from poverty, and I went from sleeping in a drawer to, him opening a studio in 1950 in order to just record some of the great music of the area. And this was a time when Sam had it in his mind that the great part about recording music was to capture the human spirit. And so that's what he kind of set out to do. He didn't really set out to, cut a hit record. He set out to cut music that would last. And if you think about the people he recorded, like Ike Turner and B.B. King Johnny Cash and Elvis and I mean, the Prisonaires, all the different ones, Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash, they're all still around, so it has lasted. Now, for me, I grew up with that, and it all seemed fairly normal to me, you know. Elvis coming to the house and swimming with Jerry Lee, and I don't know, it was just, you know, bizarre world, but I didn't know it was. It seemed, I thought everybody was doing the same thing. But in any event, that's how I got into it, and how I got into music production.
Another good time was the MVP3 Christmas party, where guests were treated to a Kid Diamond sneak preview.
'Cause I can't do it over, I can't make it right, I can't get no shoulder to cry on at night. This is my story, and I know the blame is all mine.
If you like the sound of that, check out the next episode of MVP3TV.
Where you will see behind-the-scenes footage of Kid Diamond and the Devil.
And the best local talent here in Memphis.
Speaking of talent, check out this awesome video from Eloise and Emerson.
Yeah. I mean, I just get down like that, you know what I'm saying? This one right here, it's for you. Yeah. Let me give you something if you need something. Take a chance so that you don't ever leave wondering. Instead of messing with them dudes that guarantee nothing, we can let the top down, let the breeze touch us, so we don't need nothing else. Let the speed rush us. Live the things that become your memories. Focus on what's right now. Let's spend a night out. Let's make a love story. That's why right now, let's turn the lights out and tell me what you're thinking. And baby, take your time, cause we got all weekend. Girl, my bed is your bed. Let's just roll around. Tell me about your past loves, how they let you down, so I can know in advance before I ever do it. And stop myself in my tracks before we get into it. Just keep making me smile, and I'll turn up the music. Cause if we got something real, girl, I don't wanna lose it. Love. We got something real, girl, I don't wanna lose it. Yeah. Girl, let's take a trip down to Lover's Land.